Would you join a religion started by a psychopath? Let's pretend that you are an atheist, just like you were when you were born, but something in your life has sparked your interest in spirituality. Maybe there is something to this, you think to yourself. So you go out and start looking at all the religions. You find a lot of crazy out there. A turtle that carries the word upon its back, which is obviously wrong. A pantheon of gods that live on top of Mount Olympus. Also wrong. And space aliens from a far distant planet that live inside of our bodies, which is crazy and easily dismissed. You're researching each of these religions very carefully, and you're getting frustrated that you can't find one of these that is believable. But then you come across another one, and this one has a promise because lots of people believe in it. This religion was started by a man who heard voices in his head, telling him to leave everything and he would be blessed. He'd have numerous descendants, and all the families of the earth would be blessed through him. After heading out into the world, the man whores out his wife, who is also his half-sister, to a king. The king pays the man after finding out he's been tricked into having sex with a married woman. The man continues on, having been paid rather generously for pimping his wife, but his cousin gets kidnapped. So the man does what anyone would do. He kills the kidnappers, takes their goods, after all they aren't using them, and rescues his relative. But he doesn't stop there. He also enslaves the women and the people, which I'd argue those two should be the same, but the story separates them into two different categories, so I guess I have to also. That's right, after killing people for enslaving his cousin, the man enslaves other people. After trying to have a child to fulfill the promises made by the voices in his head, the wife of the man decides that instead the old man should rape a servant girl until she becomes pregnant. The man then forces the servant girl to be a mother to the bastard son. The man hears a voice in his head telling him to mutilate his penis, and all the penises he can get his hands on. He mutilates his slave's penises, and his son's penis, and his own penis. He whores out his wife again, and then he has a son by this wife, and he mutilates that penis. The voice in his head tells him to kill the second son, so he goes ahead and gives it a try. But at the last moment, the voice in his head changes its mind. Now the man kicks the bastard son and his raped mother out into the desert, with only a water skin to protect them against a desert. Despite the fact that he is wealthy beyond all means, he exiles them into a desert with a water skin. There's no camels, no servants, no tents. Luckily, an angel intervenes and saves them, but the man is still guilty of attempting to murder his own son and the woman he raped to conceive that son. Then the man has a servant put his hand on his testicles and swear that he'll find his son a wife that is also his son's relative. It's fitting that this religion has two testaments, considering where they get the word testament from. At what point do we need to sit back and ask, what kind of person should we listen to when considering a code of morals and beliefs? We've already passed the point where we listen to a century-old rapist who hears voices in his head that tells him to mutilate his penis and the penises of those around him. We've already passed the point that we listen to an incestuous murderer who enslaves innocent people. We've already passed the point where we listen to a pimp who also doesn't mind considering his son as a good human sacrifice. Of course, the person I've been talking about this whole time is Abraham, the founder of Christianity. And if you tweak the facts previously listed before, you also get the founder of Islam. This is the founder of the Abrahamic religions. So, would you join a religion founded by a psychopath?